Today, we are drawing a cauldron onto black paper using mostly white pencil crayon and then light coloured pencils to do the smoke and bubbles. So here on my phone you can see I'm using a reference image while drawing the cauldron. I draw it in pencil first so I can rub out any mistakes, then go back over it with a white pencil crayon. I'm also using a similar technique called cross-hatching to colour in the cauldron, and you can see it's used in the reference image. You first want to draw vertical lines, then horizontal lines, then you will go back across these with diagonal lines. And this technique creates definition and can show areas of highlight. I'm now adding colour to the mixture in the cauldron. So obviously this can be any colour of your choice. I've chosen purple, but most colours would look effective. For example, you could use green. My main advice would be to use the lightest colours that you have, as some darker colours may not show up on the black paper. So make sure to test each colour on the back of your paper and you will see how it shows up. I'm now creating my bubbles. So, to make sure these are perfectly round, I found some bottle lids to draw around. Don't worry if you haven't got any of these, so if you've not got any of the size that you want, you can draw circles freehand, as I've done with some of the smaller circles. If you're drawing it freehand, just take your time and make sure you do them in pencil first, so if you make any mistakes you can rub them out. So the first thing we do is draw a smaller circle in the middle in pencil, and on one side I'm going in lightly with a yellow, and then on the other side I'm going in with a purple, and make sure not to press on too hard with this because this is just the background colour. On the inside of the pencil circle I'm drawing a rectangle which tapers off to a point at the end. I'm doing the same underneath it. And then I'm repeating this step on the other side of the circle, but flipping the direction that the rectangle starts. I'm then just going in with my white pencil and adding little areas of highlight to the bubble. Over the white areas, I'm lightly going in with my blue and green pencil, and then I'm now going back over with a white pen to emphasise the highlighted areas. Obviously you may not have a white pen on you, so you can just go back in with your white pencil pressing on quite hard, or perhaps if there's some white acrylic paint you have to hand, you can use that as well. For the rest of the bubbles I'm just going in with the same technique but changing the colours that I'm using. Still make sure that you test these colours to make sure they stand out on the black paper before using them. So for the smoke that's coming out of the cauldron, I've chosen to use green. And just remember wanting this to look quite magical and, from a fantasy. So I'd say the brighter colours the better. It doesn't have to be green, you can choose whatever colour you want. Just make sure to test it, make sure it stands out nicely like these ones do. So I'm going in with a green and yellow and the white. I'm drawing waves to show movement of the smoke. I'm pressing on for the waves but then lightly shading in the gaps. You get that feeling of movement by doing this. And for this last part I'm just showing you a close-up of how my cauldron looks, as I know in this video it's quite hard to see some areas due to how the light is catching it. As you can see, I'm just going to hold it up a little bit so you can see some of the details. thanks for watching and good luck, have fun with this.